Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Gun Culture Radio. This time, instead of having Zeke talk at you guys and make you aware of the sponsor, I figured I would just do it myself. The sponsor for this podcast is SDI, Sonoran Desert Institute. You can check them out at sdi.edu. It's a really cool opportunity if you're interested in being a gunsmith. They have some other firearms technology degrees. Just check out their website. They do take GI Bill, so any veterans out there, it's a cool opportunity. You know, you can't hate a job, in the gun industry. I assume a lot of people listening to this show are gun nuts just like me. It's cool to be able to have a job doing something that you love. Turning a hobby into a job is the true American dream. It's not 2 cars in every garage and a white picket fence. It's having a job that you love. That's the American dream right there, and that should be everyone's dream. That should be the human dream, not just the American dream. Anyways, check that out, sdi.edu. Really appreciate them for the sponsorship. This show is not cheap to make. So anyways, appreciate that. And we also appreciate our other sponsor, Ballistol. As you guys probably know, we've used this stuff for a long time, long before the YouTube days. It's a cleaner and a lubricant. It's great on firearms. It's even good at preserving firearms. If you have an old gun with a little bit of rust on it and you want to get that rust off with some steel wool, but you want to do it smoothly without further damaging the finish any more than you absolutely have to, Ballistol works great for that. It's also good just in the house. It works great for leather furniture, wood. It really darkens it up and makes it look really rich. It's just a really great and overall multi-use lubricant, and it really protects all your metal, keeps it from rusting. It's a great product. Used it for a long time and really appreciate them supporting the show, and I hope you guys appreciate that too. And just check them out at ballistol.com. I hope you guys enjoy the show. All right, we're back on the radio again. And Derrick has an announcement for us. What is it? The anniversary?
Oh yes, it's the okay. I forgot that quick. It was the 60th anniversary of a alleged, supposed alien landing in this Kentucky county. I believe it was Trenton County, Kentucky, in 1955. I believe.
Yeah.
Allegedly, I don't know. Wasn't there.
Or were you?
That's right. He never ages. But anyway, they were apparently at this farm, and it's always a farm out in the middle of nowhere, of course. This farm out in this northern Kentucky county. Sorry, northern part of this southern Kentucky county. Let me make sure I get it right.
Yeah.
A spaceship landed at this dairy farm, and from what the guy who was there says is that he's out there in the barn doing whatever guys do in the barn at a dairy farm, and looks out the field and spaceship right there hovering. Okay, I guess he didn't make any noise or anything like that, just right there. So he says he's out there and he sees the ship hovering over his south field, and then the thing lands, and then these 3 very small little guys get out. He didn't say green, but they were the standard,
like the Grays, basically,
like that movie Paul again.
Yeah,
which I hope they are like him.
Yes.
I'm cool. Yeah, I'm cool. So the 3 aliens got out and start walking toward the house. And apparently, what this dude said, the first thought popped into his head was, "Get the shotgun." Okay, like I just told John here, look, if they can get here from Alpha Centauri, I don't think they're worried about your 12 gauge shotgun, loaded rock salt. I don't think they're worried about that. Okay? But dude grabbed the old 12 gauge double barrel, by God, and runs up there. And he said, I remember this part of the story. He says that he came in the back door, went to the front of the house, and these aliens were pressed to the window looking in the living room. All that technology, they can't figure out a doorknob.
Yeah.
Well, I
they can't use some. I mean, even we have technology to look inside of a house if we want to.
Well, they didn't bring anything with them. I mean, they didn't bring like a ray gun or ashtray.
Yeah.
And, what?
They're just naked. Just
they were looking for clothes.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
it.
You got some shorts. I need some boxers, man. 24 long. So what he did. So again, this dude says he saw the aliens looking in his window. And he pulled both hammers back, by God, and he let one of them have it with both barrels.
Wow!
He didn't say how far away he was. He didn't say if he was low with double alt or rock salt. He didn't say, but he did fire both barrels through the window at this gray looking through his window, and he says he knocked him down. But then that dude kind of got up and walked away. I'm thinking you hit. Just say he was firing buck.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit about a 4.5 foot tall whatever.
Yeah.
With two 12-gauge barrels at, let's say, close range, and this guy just kind of got him, walked off.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with that guy.
You're lucky that he walked off.
Yeah, he probably thought, I just want to use the bathroom, dude.
Yeah.
Turned around, they got on the ship and took off.
Yeah.
So that has been a big day in that area. Since then, they celebrate it every year.
That's a sad little town.
They probably got a statue of the guy in the town square with a shotgun over his hand, pointing at the sky with one finger and a shotgun in the other hand. By Earth first contact repulsed by Jedediah.
Yeah.
Who knows? So that's a little history for you in Kentucky, by God. And hey, we were all lucky that old Jedediah was on his game that day.
That's right. It could have been an intergalactic war.
It could have been Independence Day all over again. Right there. There was a scouting party.
Yeah.
And they probably flew back to Alpha Centauri and went, man, dude, those people are rude. We went asking for directions and they shot us with this thing, this noisemaker. I mean, look at Bill over here. He's got these pellets in him.
Some people say, the people that I mean, I don't know what I think about all that stuff, but people people theorize about the possibility that maybe if there are aliens like that coming here, that they're not actually alive, that they're actually like some type of biological like drone, basically, that come here to check stuff out or whatever.
There's a book I haven't been able to find it, written by H.G. Wells. I'm sure one of your listeners will know.
Oh yeah,
that theorized that aliens are already here, living among us. And like Men in Black, I have no doubt that really exists.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably something like that because I heard one guy say that why haven't they just walked up and say, "Here I am"? Well, humans are kind of dangerous,
Yeah.
I mean, look at the way we treat each other.
That's right. Yeah.
We treat each other.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
If you're not, we treat each other like crap. What if you're not one of us?
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I heard another guy say that the guy who wrote 2001: A Space Odyssey, he said that everybody's all like, yeah, let's go out into space, discover new frontiers, go where no man has gone before. Where's that from?
Yeah.
I know you know. So he said that, is that a good idea? I mean, considering if anybody out there, if they're anything like us, maybe we better lay low, and just kind of, keep a low profile and not let anybody know we're here. I mean, very good point.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's a tough call. You don't know. Are they going to abuse their better technology and take advantage of us? Or are they going to be so advanced that they would help us?
They're enlightened and we shall bring peace to you. I think we hope they're like that. Because, again, if they're anything like us, look what we do to each other.
Yeah.
Look what the Europeans did to the Native Americans when they first came here.
But it could be, though, too, that that technology is a way of nature's way of self-cleansing almost intelligent species. You know what I mean? Maybe people always talk about humans are eventually going to destroy ourselves. Maybe that's the test.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe before we're ready to, that's the thing. Like some species, if they're not ready to travel to other planets,
or to meet other people,
they eventually destroy themselves because they can't handle their technology. And that's kind of like the test. If we're able to, keep our technology under wraps and not try to blow each other to kingdom come and work together and then travel, then it's like, so maybe you could argue that a species that has mastered intergalactic travel, they first had to come together and figure out, but then they might come together, but then still want to mess us up. Right.
Okay, we're united. Let's go get them.
Yeah, exactly.
They only got two arms. Look at those freaks. Look at them.
Yeah. Look at these little heads they have and giant bodies.
Look at all that hair on them.
Yeah.
Come on. So hopefully we like to think they're benevolent and kind. But I remember that episode of The Twilight Zone from the 60s. It's a cookbook.
Yeah.
To serve bad. Yeah.
Right.
And, oh, yeah. We're here. We'll take care of everything. Eat, sleep. In fact, eat all you can.
Yeah.
Forget diets. Eat more.
Yeah, exactly.
Eat more. And then they realized that here's a book to serve man. All right, cool. Okay, for the 60s, that could have worked.
Yeah.
But I think today, if an alien got off, say we didn't have that series, an alien gets off with this book. Hey, we're here to help.
Yeah.
We're here for you. we got this book we go by to serve man. That's what we're here for.
We've heard that kind of thing before.
Yeah, we've heard that before somewhere. I don't know. So no, you want us to eat all we can? Yeah. In fact, don't exercise. Lay around, eat more.
Yeah.
We want you as big as you can get. We want you to be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be the danger too, because if an alien race did want to take advantage of us, they'd be smart enough to know that we might assume they would be benevolent, and they'd come down pretending to be friendly, and then switch it around on us at some point.
Of course. Come on, man. I would stop you, but man, I just had those 2 burgers. I can't move, man. Gee.
Yeah. And sadly, I kind of have a feeling our guns might not help too much.
Yeah. I mean,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
I hope they would. That would be nice.
Well, if you got close enough, but he got a level 5 phaser that can shoot 600 yards a laser and hit you, or set to stun. There you go.
Yeah.
No, we're done.
Or some kind of like personal force field or something.
Yeah, come on, the dude that comes up with that. Come on, hey.
That's right.
And of course, we'll be doing the Big John show, in 2072.
Yeah, from Mars.
Yeah, 2 guys in the nursing home. Well, remember back in 15. You actually had to load bullets. I mean, they actually used metal bullets. Remember that? They didn't have the lithium crystal, mind control lasers they got now.
Back in 2015.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. I know we talked about that a lot, but that's an interesting thing to me, is where the gun technology is going to go.
Yes, considering what 400 years we went from flintlocks to what we got now.
Well, and even shorter. I mean, that's what's interesting, is flintlocks were like king for so long. Yeah. That's what's weird to think about, is there was a time period where like if you were young, let's say you were like 15, your new gun would have been a flintlock, and Grandpa's gun would have been also a flintlock. You know what I mean? So there wouldn't have been like, oh, that's an old man's gun. You know what I mean? It's like that was the standard for so long.
Christmas 1781. You run downstairs in the cabin. Look, it's the new 1782 flintlock. All right, let's go hunting.
I know.
They weigh what? 60 pounds a piece. You have to carry 5 pounds of black powder with you.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the thing about black powder. It doesn't take a lot for that stuff to go up.
Just try to light a cigarette. What the?
Yeah.
You got that with your powder horn and all that. And
yeah.
It gets too damp.
Yeah.
Oh, you're done now.
That's why in black powder, you never ever load the gun from your powder supply. Mm-hmm. That's why they have these separate little things that you put the powder in. Mm-hmm. Like your powder horn, like if you ever see in a movie where, I don't know, maybe some did it, but if you ever seen a movie where somebody takes their entire powder horn and they're dumping some of it in the end of the barrel, that's a horrible idea, because if you have like an ember still in that gun, that whole thing could blow up and you're dead. Well, maybe not dead, but you're in bad shape. If like that much black powder encased in bone explodes,
oh my God,
you're in bad shape. That's why they like pour what they need in like a little thing. And then pour it. That way, if it goes up, it's just going to be like a big flash.
Get some away. Hey, look, there's a fireworks show over there. They're over there, I think.
It might change your complexion a little.
Those weapons, the rate of fire was 2 rounds a day?
I think it was like 5 a week.
5 a week. Hey, but back then that was just cutting edge.
Yeah.
Whoa! I could get around every 3 hours. Whoa, dude! All right. All right.
Load on Sunday and load it again soon.
But again, they that's why they had so many guys in their wars. They had to, because number one, those weapons were only good for what we're almost not joking when we say around a day.
Yeah.
It wasn't much more than that. It wasn't much more than that. And I think he maybe got off 1 round, and then it was like rush them hand to hand. Yeah. So, and then 50 yards?
Yeah. They could, the ones that were trained, we could reload them like relatively fast, but the thing is, in like a big battle kind of thing, you got to just stand there and get shot at and reload. You don't have a choice. But in a more like smaller group kind of thing, I can't imagine being able to really do much reloading. I mean, if they're like right there in front of you, you know what I mean? It's like you don't want to be the last guy to bring out the tomahawk, Bowie knives, you know.
And you couldn't load them from a prone position either. You had to stand up.
Yeah.
No, I can't. Which we look back now thinking that is insane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up in an open field while people are shooting at me and reload this weapon.
I mean, I know that they used to be able to reload them on the run. There are people who could run.
Practice.
So that would be an advantage if you were being chased by Indians or something. You could run, turn around, get behind a tree, take an aim shot, and then run again, reload it, and stop, shoot.
Which again, it a lot of practice, and I think we already quoted this once. The English longbow was just as effective as these muskets up until like the middle of the 19th century.
Yeah,
I mean. That English longbow was no BS. I mean, it would go through you at less than 100 yards.
Yeah.
So, and it could go out to like 400.
Yeah.
So, but you had to have some serious lower arm strength
to
pull that thing back. So,
really, it was like the Civil War and the mini ball where before really, like, to me at least, guns really made much of a leap. You know?
Yes.
Because the cool thing about the mini ball is you could actually load it faster.
Yeah, get off 3 shots. A good trained man could get off three shots, 3 aim shots in 1 minute.
And it was very accurate. Because of the way that it worked, where you got that skirt, and once it goes off, it expands, and
and there's
gauges the rifling.
The Springfield muskets were rifled. It was a quantum leap.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, they were still using Napoleonic tactics.
Yeah.
Yes, I got a rifle that can shoot a mile and I can get off 3 rounds in a minute, but I'm still going to walk out the middle of a field, shoulder to shoulder, and let people shoot at me. That was crazy. Which I think, if I remember correctly, remember everything I say here is just my opinion, is any kind of walking out in the open, fighting in the open like that stopped after 1863.
Yeah.
People start using rifle pits and using cover. Hey, good idea, guys.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah. So. I wonder if anyone ever because they had, my dad's actually got one. We did a video on it recently. This rifle, it's called the Musketoon, is what people called it a lot. And it's basically the Enfield rifle they used in the Civil War, but it's a cut down version of it. So it's like a lot lighter, I would think almost a strategy. I mean, of course, if you had the money at the time, but is have 2 of them, have like one on your back and then one you're holding, and then keep them both loaded, fire both of them, and then, or just keep one always loaded back there, and then just shoot one and have to reload it. Because to me, the scary thing is, when you have, you're shooting a muzzleloader, there's a bunch of people run up on you.
Yeah.
That to me is terrifying when you only have like one shot or 2,
And you better get him. You better hit something with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
One tactic I used to use back then was that if you're in a fixed position and you're being attacked, the enemy's coming towards you, they have the best shot, one guy, he'd fire, and then they would have 3 guys behind him doing the loading. He'd fire, hand off, and then they'd give him a loaded rifle.
Oh, yeah.
And then while he's firing the second rifle, they'd be reloading the first one.
Yeah.
And they would have 3-4 rifles back there. Now you got a constant stream of rounds going out.
Yeah.
Great idea.
That is, yeah.
Great idea. I mean, it increased your rate of fire like that. Now you got less guys firing, but then again, you don't need as many guys firing because most people are reloading.
Yeah, and how many people can really shoot in one position anyways? You know what I mean? You can't, you see those big long lines and they're like 10 people deep. I mean, those guys in the back, can they really even shoot anyways?
Exactly. And now again, especially if you're in a fixed position and they're coming at you across open ground.
Oh, man.
Dude, you can tear them up.
Yeah.
You can tear them up. And if you got the single shot muzzle loaders, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Until they came out with the Sharps carbine and the Henry rifle.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing that's interesting about how the Henry was, I say it all the time, but the Henry was probably one of the biggest firearms advancements
1860
there's ever been.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about that. That's just enormous. You go from one shot, and it takes you quite a bit of time, to get that round in there. Yeah. To a rifle that holds like 13 rounds.
But the U.S. Army in the 19th century, in its infinite wisdom, would not buy that weapon because they thought it would cause guys to waste ammunition.
Yeah.
Well, if you only, which I can see the theory, I can see the logic behind it.
I mean, they might have gone broke. From people, I mean, those guns had to have been really expensive to produce for the time.
1860, yeah. But I believe it was Indiana said, screw that. We're gonna make sure our guys got the best out there. They armed all their regiments with Henry rifles, which those guys must have been tearing them up.
Yeah. And and even the trap door, if that had come a little sooner, would have been a huge advantage.
Oh, yeah.
because those things load pretty fast. Have you ever messed with those or not? But basically, some of them were actually conversions of the old like Enfield rifles.
Oh yeah,
And they would just
flip up.
Yeah,
in
they would
there.
like cut the breech or whatever, and you just flip it up. When you flip it up, it ejects the round. It just goes flying out. So it's just a matter of got a bandolier on, flip it open, put it in, close it, cock it, ready to shoot.
Like the what's that Henry Martini 45-70
yeah.
that the British used in Afghanistan.
Oh yeah.
But great big round. It'll put you on your butt. And it was pretty good rate of fire for 1870 whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, about what we were saying about where guns are going to go now. So it's like it seems like most of the advancements in firearms happened between like around the time like the Henry came out, like around that
1860, yeah.
from like Civil War up until like the 50s and like late 50s. Really not a lot of big changes, really, you think about it. I mean, the AR, of course, has gone through some different phases, but it's really not that different.
That different from
you
the
know?
original 1960 whatever.
Yeah, compared to the other stuff, yeah.
They've been trying, speaking as as a retired Army guy, they've been trying to find a replacement for the M60 M4 for years.
Yeah.
But the problem is they cannot find anything that is significantly better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to teach people how to shoot it. As we all know, they're easy to shoot. Ammunition is relatively affordable.
Right.
But because before that, they used the M14. You try teaching a 5'2", 115-pound male or female to pull up a M14 rifle and fire that.
Yeah, and they're big and long.
Yeah, and heavy. Do they do the job?
Oh,
they do
great,
the job.
yeah.
Oh, do the job. But they're heavy,
Complicated.
And, yeah. So it's the M4, M16, a lot simpler. It's good enough.
Right.
And it's very, very accurate.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be around for a while.
Yeah, it is. It kind of seems like bullpups maybe sort of the next thing, but I don't know though. I don't really like bullpups that much.
The British are all about them.
Yeah, like Australia, I think uses them.
Exactly. And but Americans, I'm telling you. Now, in fact, the H&K, that 415 they make, looks just like M4, M16.
Yeah. Oh, is it the 416?
The one the 416, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's one
the
of
one the
those,
SEALs use.
Yeah.
It looks just like it's what you're raised on. It's what people are used to.
Right.
But it's made by H&K. So
Yeah.
I don't know, something we need to research. That new Soviet. Sorry, I'm showing how old school I am. There ain't no more Soviets.
Yeah.
that Russian AK-102.
Oh yeah.
It's that weapon. I heard they only arm their special forces guys with it now. It's supposed to be a big leap. It's like an AK with
Modernized,
the same modernized AK with the same accuracy that an M4 has, but with the durability of an AK. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go.
I could see that catching on just because even in America, the AK has become really popular.
Okay, I'll say it. It's affordable.
Yeah.
It's the way to go. ARs are excellent. They are well made. They are accurate, but they are pricey.
Yeah.
They are pricey.
And compared to an AK, finicky too.
Yeah. You better. You're right. You better take care of it.
Yeah.
You better take care of it. Or that, whatever, will jam on you.
Right.
So, but you know, if you're a serious shooter doing the right thing, that's no problem. Taking care of a weapon is no problem.
Right.
But
the thing is, like from what I've always heard from vets and stuff, it's one of those things where the AR in a lot of ways is almost as reliable as the AK.
Yes.
Under the right conditions.
All my years, I've never had a problem with it. Never.
Yeah.
But you're taking care of it, you're cleaning it, you're doing proper maintenance, and you're practicing your shooting.
Yeah.
So, only people I've ever seen have a problem with it. In fact, I've never met anybody that did.
Yeah. Like
Personally.
AK is like more like a hammer. Like unless you break a big chunk off of it, it's like it's gonna work,
Or like a Uzi.
Yeah, that's right.
Big block, clunky piece of Cold War metal, but it works. It works.
It does.
It works.
Yeah, which I haven't posted those videos yet, but people they'll be seeing some videos of us shooting an Uzi. So,
but most of the people in Eastern Europe are just as avid about AKs as we are about ARs, and they'll say this: it depends on what you're using it for.
Right.
No, it's not a high precision, long range. No, it's close into the world, down and dirty.
Yeah.
It's never gonna jam on you, unless you misload that magazine. That's the only way I know of to jam it.
Yeah, or you have just bad magazines, or if it's a well-made AK, and it's
Hey, what about those guys who stopped that supposed terrorist attack over in France? Those three, those three Americans.
They heard the guy messing with an AK in the bathroom or something.
He jammed it.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that when you were out at the compound the other day. To me, it kind of seems like what was it that said that he might have done?
He jammed his AK, which is hard to do.
Or I was thinking he might have accidentally had the safety on and not realized it or something. It might be.
And the guy kind of woke up and see the guy standing with an AK and went, okay, let's get him.
Yeah, this isn't supposed to happen.
So thank God.
Yeah.
Lucky, those guys lucked out. Good job. And the guy said, you know what, I'm going to die. He says his first instinct was to hide, but he thought, I'm going to die anyway. Let's go.
Yeah.
Good man. Good job.
To me, that's an example of like of bravery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When someone does something like that they don't have to do, and they go in there and they're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to try to help these other people and not only look out for myself. You know?
That terrified everybody, because if you're in a confined space with a guy firing an AK full auto, dude.
Yeah.
You know, which reminds me of that thing from what's that movie? Samuel L. Jackson. What was
Snakes on a Plane?
No, close. What was that? Brown, Jackie Brown.
Oh yeah, great
Jackie
movie,
Brown with Samuel L. Jackson is the dope dealer.
Yeah.
And he also deals the occasional gun.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
does.
sitting there trying to sell this guy the AK. He says, the AK-47, when you absolutely positively have to kill every blank in the room, except no substitute. That's right. That's right, Samuel. Hell yeah.
Man, Robert De Niro was hilarious in that movie.
That's right.
Like without even trying to be, he was so funny. He cracked me up.
When he shot together in the parking lot. It was L.A. though. People would notice that. Was that a gunshot? Whatever. We're always hearing that. Keep walking. You're right.
Yeah.
So, but good movie.
Yeah, it is. Quentin Tarantino, man, I like him. He sometimes this stuff gets a little weird, but I like that. I mean, a lot of movies a lot of them are kind of the same. You know, and it's cool about Quentin Tarantino is you're going to get something different.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be
Like
interesting.
Django. Yeah.
Yeah, Django was definitely
That
different.
shootout in the mansion. Oh, those hits.
Oh man,
Blood flying, blood squirting 6 feet. Dude,
Yeah.
Not realistic, but it's fun to look at. Hey.
And he played in that song from that scene, that from Woodstock, Freedom. Whatever. That's a great song. Richie Havens, great song.
Dude, great soundtrack for 1850 something.
Yeah.
What's his name? Who's the guy that played the Django? See his face.
Oh,
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Hey, good use of that the 1868 single action army.
Yeah.
So.
And the other guy with the little gun underneath his sleeve or whatever.
Okay. Did that actually exist? They have those? I guess
I think so. Yeah.
Been in every Western movie I've ever seen, you know, the guy's got the gun up his sleeve and it comes out. And,
it probably would have had to been like, I don't know, something you had made or made yourself. I don't think it was like mass produced by Colt or anything.
The Colt sleeve gun.
Yeah. I need one of those.
So, oh man.
Yeah. That's cool though. What were we talking about? Yeah, guns are going.
Yeah.
We'll get there eventually.
What's the next big leap? Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, is there one?
Yeah.
What else can we do with them?
I mean, I think maybe I can theorize about like improved gunpowders, and maybe they'll make cases out of something different or like some more hardened material that still works, where you can have like much more smaller cartridges that are like way more powerful and much faster, to where they're more devastating, where you could have like a gun the same size, like an AR, let's say, for example, magazine, everything is the same size, but it holds like 150 of them in the mag or something. You know what I mean? It's like something the size of a 22 short, but it has the power of a full size.
Okay,
round.
good trivia question. I'll be out there for anybody who's got this knowledge. Remember the old, the Russian Papasha? The PPA SH-45 at that Russian fully automatic
Got that
submachine
heat
gun.
shield on the
from World War II. How many rounds that magazine, the drum magazine, that held like 50, 75 rounds, but how? It was 45, wasn't it? I believe it was 45.
No, I think it was a 9. I think it was
9?
Yeah.
Okay, that explains it then, because I remember reading and seeing somebody fire one of those. That thing shot all day.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what is that? The 100 round drum magazine?
It's a lot. It's at least 100, I think. It might be like 150 or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm sure someone will comment that knows.
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I'm thinking. I thought originally it was 45 caliber.
Well, no, it's dude. They might have had some, but I'm pretty sure the 9 was the common one. And plus, it was Russian, so not it'll make. Or it's probably Makarov, 9mm Makarov is probably what it is because that's the Russian.
It's a short 9 or what?
Yeah, it's like Makarov is 9x18, where regular is 9x19.
Okay,
so it's a little bit.
So you can pack a lot of them in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like the demonstration I saw, this guy was like, just hold the trigger down, just.
And
look at his watch, just
yeah, and it cycles insanely fast.
Oh yeah,
too. It's like 1,200 rounds a minute or something.
Close in, devastating.
Yeah,
close in. I mean, the Germans, whenever they could get their hands on one, they took it.
Oh yeah,
because close in, you couldn't mess with it.
Yeah, this is a good topic too to bring up. This is you just shot the Uzi. That's an interesting topic too. Like, there's a difference in philosophy with different submachine guns, and you notice that like a lot of times they're one or the other. You've got like the Uzi, like the Uzi and MP40 to me are very similar. Yeah. They look totally different, but in the sense of like, you know, the rate of fire is similar, and just they're heavy, and you can put the rounds wherever you want.
Very controllable. Rate of fire, I think, rate of fire is good and bad. Some an instructor told me years ago, automatic fire sucks.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you pull that trigger down, your first 2-3 rounds might hit the target. The rest of them are going to be out there somewhere.
Yeah.
The thing I noticed with the Uzi is that look, very controllable.
Yeah.
You can put the rate of fire is good enough, but most importantly, I think very controllable because who cares if you ain't hitting nothing?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, because you know you shot that thing. I mean, like you feel like if you had busted up into a room and had to take out some meth heads that were trying to kill you or whatever, like you feel like you could put rounds on targets easily.
And again, it's all about automatic fire. Feels good, looks cool.
It does.
But if you're not hitting nothing, you're just kind of blowing off ammunition, man. I mean, is that good? No, it's not. So the guy who keeps his head from Unforgiven, Gene Hackman. If it don't work, there's something to be said about a guy that's real fast. But most of the time, if you're real fast, you just hurry up and miss.
Yeah.
Who cares? But the guy that can keep his head and put rounds on target, that's the guy that's going to kill you.
Yeah. I think there's also something to be said too, for a little bit for like intimidation factor. Like the CIA, I think was known for carrying those like Mac 10s and Mac 11s and stuff. And for them, it almost kind of makes a little bit of sense if you like a machine pistol that has that high rate of fire. I always look at it as kind of like a get off me gun to the extreme, where because those guys are undercover maybe, and they might find themselves surrounded by some unfriendlies, and they've got to take them out. And if you're coming after some guy and you got him outnumbered and you're all confident, and he pulls out something, and you hear that sound, that that just steady
dual Mac 10s.
Yeah, I mean, if you hear that sound, like you're not even probably going to think fight back. No. You're just thinking avoid this at all costs. That will
take the wind right out of your sails right there. Again, close in is all about shock, surprise, and speed.
Yeah,
I think shock and surprise are the same thing, aren't they? Shock, aggression, and speed.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew I was good. I knew something didn't sound right. Shock
and surprise. Well, I guess shock is more extreme.
Same thing. Shock, aggression, and speed.
Yeah.
And if they coming in close, again, close in, all Mac weapons close in, very devastating.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. The high rate of fire machine pistols or some machine guns, they're for like, get off me, like Jeremy, have to cut this out, like an situation. Yeah, you know what I mean, where it's just like you just want to throw lead just to be like, get off me and then get away.
Exactly.
And then stuff like the Uzi, like the MP5, it's more like, put a bunch of rounds there, and like more
very, very controllable. You can put rounds on target. Great weapon.
Yeah,
great. I'm very impressed. Again, as old as it is.
Yeah.
Again, old stuff works.
Yeah,
old stuff works.
Yeah, it does. So even the MP40, of course, they were really old, and they had some problems with like we know a couple of guys. It's funny, we know a guy that has one, an MP40 full auto, and his brother also has one. And they came out, and we got to do a bunch of videos with them like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was funny because we were doing videos with it, and the bolt handle broke off. And we were like, great. We just broke the bolt handle off of like probably a $8,000-9,000 gun.
A vintage $8,000-9,000.
Yeah. And we get back there, and there's like, because we were out in the woods, and they were in up near the driveway area, and then we came back. And I'm like, hey, sorry we broke. He's like, oh, it's no problem. Well, that happens all the time. Here, I got a box full of parts. probably find another one. And I was like, okay. He had like an ammo can just full of parts for it.
Yeah, let's go down to the store and get some MP40 parts.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's right behind the diapers.
Yeah, really. Yeah, but it was like, stuff breaks in it all the time. It's old. Just fix it.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. But the stuff works. And again, somebody said this, and I agree with them. It's all about the shooter. It ain't the gun.
Right.
You can say this gun shoots good or that one shoots good. No, it's about the shooter.
Right.
They all shoot bullets.
The gun just gives you certain advantages or makes certain things harder or easier.
Yeah.
Like an untrained shooter is going to have a much easier time shooting an Uzi and putting it on target than they are like a Glock 18.
Oh my God. Which ain't that like, what was that thing? The first thing when I was about to ask, did that fully automatic G18 really exist? Which apparently it does.
Oh yeah, shot one before.
Oh, dude, excellent.
It's got a really fast rate of fire, but because it's a Glock, you won't like this, but because it's a Glock, Glocks are one of the things that they do well, or any polymer pistol really, is they absorb recoil really well. And the 18 it's basically just a Glock 17 that's the full auto with a selector switch on it. So it's a pretty good sized gun. There's a lot to hold on to, and I mean it really kind of creates a shotgun effect. It's not like the Uzi where you can get them quite on the target like that, but I felt like I was able to hold it on. It
was a bigger, larger frame or what?
No, I mean it's just a regular like Glock 17. Okay. Full auto, but it's a handful. But it's not like to the point where you just can't control it.
Okay,
that's the best way I can explain it.
Because I was reminded of that weapon that Babyface Nelson used, the fully automatic,
the 38 Super.
Yeah, Super fully automatic. Again for 1938. Dude,
yeah.
They'd be like, "What?" I'm sure that was a custom made job.
Oh yeah, There's actually because we did a video recently on just a standard 38 Super 1911, and that talked about that in the video. And I pulled up a picture of it, and he actually had a Thompson forward grip on it.
Yeah,
And there was a gunsmith, a famous gunsmith at the time that worked on a lot of the Dillinger Gang's guns and lots of those guys' guns and stuff. And he made I think like 5 or 6 of those, like he handmade those. And John Dillinger I think had one too. Actually, he wasn't known to really use it much.
Yeah.
I think Babyface Nelson just made the most famous, but they have it somewhere on display in like the Smithsonian or something.
Oh my God,
which would be cool to see.
At the time, though, I mean, one reason those gangsters were so effective back then is because they were better armed than the average police.
Yeah,
you jump out with a Thompson, M1928 Thompson submachine gun against Joe Cop in the Midwest,
a little 38 or 32 revolver.
Saturday Night Special snub nose.
Dude, you don't have a chance.
Okay, dude, all right.
You can't really do that anymore.
No.
I mean, you could technically, but it would require like big stuff. Like you would have to have an armored car with like a 50 or something. Right. And banks don't have. I mean, way that money is now and stuff. I mean,
electronically, most banks done electronically now. Yeah. They might keep 10K, 12 in the bank for but you don't get that kind of money. I think that which leads me to the LA County North LA shootout.
Oh yeah,
back in '94. Yeah. I did a paper on that, and also they did a good version of it in the movie Heat. That's which is why one of the reasons cops carry ARs now.
Yeah,
because LAPD got their butts kicked out there with their shotguns and their M9s versus those AR-15s.
Well, they had to go to a gun shop and buy
M16A2s.
Yeah, which in the movie that they did, of course, Hollywood always has to have an anti-gun twist on everything. But in the movie about that shooting, there's a scene where they go to the gun shop to buy, like guns. They'll actually penetrate the armor and stuff. And they make the comment, like, I can't believe civilians buy this. Like, how ironic is that?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like you need this gun to stop a bad guy, and you're going to say, like, you can't believe a civilian?
The North Hollywood shootout, those guys had head-to-toe body armor. I got to say this for LAPD. They were scoring hits. Yeah. They were scoring hits with their 9mm, but 9mm would not penetrate their body armor.
Yeah.
So they ran over to the hardware store, broke out the M16A2s. Oh, they were done then. They were done.
Yeah.
Because M16A2 will blow right through any ball. It won't even slow it down.
Yeah. Then they got one of them, shot him in the foot or something. Right?
Yeah. Toward the end, they shot one in the foot.
He like fell down and
he was trying to get to his, I believe, he was trying to get to his van, which had other weapons in it.
Yeah.
And the SWAT team who was at PT that day, they were in the gym, heard there was a shootout, just jumped in their workout clothes, took off toward the scene, and rolled right up on him, jumped out, and they did something called pruning out. They just dropped down to the ground, looked under the car, bam, shot him in the foot.
Yeah.
Great idea.
That is a great idea.
Great idea.
Yeah. Because he didn't have armor boots. So.
One guy shot there. One of them shot himself. In my paper I did in school, the guy, their specialty was armored car robberies, which is tough. They had to be good to take down armored cars.
Oh, yeah.
From what I understand, from the research I did, before this, they knocked off an armored car somewhere and scored like $13 million.
Jesus.
Right. And then the problem was...
Why'd they keep going after?
I was about to get to that. The problem was they didn't have a plan for after they got the money.
Yeah.
You know, they were like, okay, let's travel, houses, live how in the hog. Well, if you ain't got no, believe it or not, 13 mil don't go that far.
Yeah.
If you're just living on it. It ain't, it ain't, you're not investing, which, you're not investing, you ain't got no plan for the money, you're not using it, you're not growing it. So they're just living on the money. And then it start running out. They're like, dudes, we got to knock over another armored car. Problem was, they went to that bank in North Hollywood, and they were expecting an armored car delivery, but it didn't come that day. And they got inside, and the amount of money they thought was going to be there wasn't. And what screwed them is that once they ran to the bank, a LAPD vehicle was driving by and saw them go inside. And then when they came back out, they got a street full of cops out there waiting for them.
And they just kind of like, screw it, we're just going to make a mess out here.
If they had kept their heads, number one, they got high before they did the job, which if you can't do it straight, don't do it.
Yeah.
They got high before they did the job. And then once they went outside and the police were waiting for them, that's when all hell broke loose. They were done.
Yeah.
They could have outgunned them because they had AKs? They had fully automatic weapons.
I think one of them had an AK and the other one had an AR. Both full auto.
They're both full auto. They had the cops outgunned. If they had kept their heads, used proper tactics, they probably could have overrun them.
Yeah.
Or at least got away.
Yeah.
But they were both on, high on whatever.
Probably meth or something.
Exactly.
I don't imagine like they smoking weed and be like, hey man, let's go. Let's just go rob a bank. That sounds awesome.
I remember seeing it on TV. I remember they showed this. I can't believe they showed it. They showed the guy walking down this neighborhood, just blasting away at anything. And they were in the background. They were playing the LAPD radio traffic, and they said, "All stations. If anyone has a shot, take it. If anyone has a shot, take it." And then you saw a round go in one side of his head, out the other.
Yeah,
great shooting.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Of course, it's a tragedy that it had to end that way.
No, not at all.
Was that sad and soulful enough?
Yeah,
I just want
right.
all right, okay. I just want to cover that base.
No, that's a situation where you take that guy out. That's the thing, because you don't. Someone is, someone's shooting at the police like that,
or just randomly walk down the street, firing his gun at. Hey, that guy got to be stopped.
Oh yeah. Just take him out. Yeah.
I mean, hey, that guy got to be stopped. I saw this thing on back to snipers, which my son was real big on. I want to be a sniper, by God. Okay, too many video games.
Yeah.
Okay, it's how often to be realistic? How often do snipers really get employed? How often do they really get to take shots? And from what I understand too, most of your police sniper shootings, they're not the long range. 4, 5, 600, 800 meter shot. Most of it's under 50 yards.
They're like on a rooftop and they're shooting right down there at the street.
It's within 50 yards. I mean, I think the sniper record now is held by a British guy. He made a 2,750 yard meter shot.
Military or
military?
Okay.
I was in Afghanistan. And it took.
I was trying to imagine, like, what situation would happen in a city where
Afghanistan? There was over a 2,700 meter shot, and he fired like 4 to 5 times before he actually hit him. In fact, I saw a story on it. The guy aimed 6 feet above the guy's head, and that's some serious. It took 4 seconds for the round to get there.
I know there was an American guy that had a shot that was one of the longest.
Half-cock.
Well, no, this is like modern times.
Okay.
Younger guy in Iraq, I think it was, and he took 2 shots with a 50. It was with the Barrett, and the first one, like hit the dirt pretty far in front of the guy, and I guess he was just kind of like whatever, you know. And then the next one, you know, took him out.
To get a first time hit is extremely difficult, and from my understanding, anything more than 150 yards, moving target, you're not gonna hit him.
Yeah,
unless you are extremely lucky.
Yeah.
Now we like to think, I can hit that.
Yeah, like Mark Wahlberg and Sniper, whatever.
Great movie.
Yeah,
Great movie.
It is a great movie, but that opening scene where he's taking people out as they're driving that truck and stuff.
Come on.
Maybe. I mean,
anything can happen. Anything can happen, but likely, no.
Yeah. Did you hear there was a guy in Iraq? I guess it was another one of these famous shots. I saw it on the History Channel, where it was pretty far away, and there's this guy shooting out of a window of a building, and he remember he talked about how he aimed, or he like had to counter for the wind or something, and he aimed like up 2 stories and over one, and pretended like he was in that window, and then shot him, and then the bullet hit him or something.
That brings up another factor you got that people don't think about. Novices don't think about. It's winds.
Yeah,
you got to worry about the winds where you're sitting and the winds down there where the target is.
Yeah,
and depending on how far you're shooting, they even said over your shots over 1,000, 1,500 meters, rotation of the earth can have effect on your shot. So it's a lot into it. I'm like, again, I'm thinking, okay, got my iron sights. You know, I'll just, halfway. What's that? Kentucky windage? Okay, he's there. I'll shoot about 3 feet above his head. And the bullet just drop right in there. Yeah. Again, it's a lot more to it than people think.
Yeah.
And we mentioned that too. That came up with these 2 guys we talked about. The DC sniper, that guy. The media overplayed that. They said he was a trained Army expert. No, he shot expert on the range. That means he hit at least 36 out of 40 rounds.
Yeah.
He was not a designated marksman. He was not school sniper trained. That guy was just, I think he used iron sights. I don't know what he used to do those.
I think it was just a regular AR, A2 style,
with iron sights. I mean, and the distances weren't necessarily that long for anybody that can shoot. Yeah. But the biggest thing that guy had was he terrorized people. He would shoot anybody.
Because people were like, we were seeing on the news, people were like, when they get gas and stuff, they're like running and crazy stuff like that.
The terror factor. He terrified people. And the fact that they were out there, he would shoot anybody. I think he shot a 13-year-old kid. He would shoot anybody. That's how effective he was. That was the real fear behind him. Yeah. He would shoot anybody. Not that he was that deadly of a shot. Well, he hit him, but he would shoot anyone. There was nobody was safe.
Yeah. So, it's almost like he was a terrorist.
Yeah. Well, I read up on him. He wanted to get rid of his ex-wife.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He was going to shoot a bunch of people. There's a sniper out there. All of a sudden, his wife turns up dead, too. What must have been the sniper?
Yeah. All right. Here's something I don't get. Why do we make such a distinction? Okay, so if someone of a different nationality comes from a different country who has a problem with America, and they want to do something to hurt people because they have a problem with America, we call that a terrorist. But if someone who lives in America and wants to just wreck a lot of havoc because they just hate people, like they're not a terrorist, they're just a civilian that should have been allowed to have access to guns. Like, I mean, to me, it's like, why aren't they all terrorists? They are
all terrorists.
They're creating
domestic terrorists. Better word for it.
Yeah.
You were talking about that guy in Virginia, were you? You weren't hinting about that guy in Virginia?
Oh, well, honestly, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I was thinking just more of just all of these shootings and stuff where, when it's like a clear like terrorist situation, they don't talk about gun control. But whenever it's not someone of a different nationality, then they do. It's weird.
It's all about media spin. My friend of mine's Canadian, and she's like, "Yeah, you Americans and your guns and your okay, Canada. Number one, Canada, shut up.
Yeah,
you're Canada.
You're America's hat.
That's right.
No, there's a lot of awesome people in Canada.
That's right.
I'm just joking around.
Nothing. Hey, Montreal, Quebec, great guys.
Yeah. We're only talking to the people in Canada who don't like guns.
Like this individual I'm talking about. That's it. But
hey, they got a great TV show up there. I've been into this show, Trailer Park Boys. Oh, have you seen that show?
No.
It's really funny. It's a Canadian TV show. Okay. It's awesome. But anyways, continue. Yeah.
She, they think that gun violence is an American thing, which unfortunately too much of it is. Too much. But in places like Britain and I think Canada that don't have the same access. Well, Britain has no access to weapons.
Yeah.
Same for Australia. Knives are their big thing. There's a lot of knife violence.
Yeah.
So people getting stabbed as much as we're getting shot here. So
Right.
It's just different weapon.
Yeah. And even if there is less, so what? I don't get a chance to defend myself.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. If there's a chance that I could, be met with force with someone with a gun that has no legal right to be where he is and do what he is doing, then I want to have a way to protect myself.
Exactly. I don't want to be a target.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like those Walmart people that got blasted in Nevada.
Yeah.
Mind their own business. Some two nutcases ran in there.
Yeah.
And shot them down. I mean, one gun permit carrier tried to confront him, which the mistake he made was he went out after him.
Yeah.
No. You're in a situation like that, you don't know, number one, you don't know where they are.
Yeah.
Two, you don't know how many of them there are either.
Yeah.
You sit back, protect the people around you, protect yourself, let them come to you.
Yeah.
Put them on your terms.
Right. I respect him for trying, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Great guts for going out there, but no.
Yeah. And two, the thing that's frustrating in the media is they make it sound like, we have to stop this from happening. Like this is such a horrible epidemic and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, well, people die all the time for lots of different reasons. Yes, we should try to take some measures to try to stop this. But sometimes crazy people are going to do crazy things.
They're out there, and not have to take away from anyone that was injured in one of these incidents.
Yeah.
But people die in different ways all the time, like car accidents, plane crashes, smoking kills 500,000 a year, alcohol. I mean, it's not to take away from anything to anybody that did lose a loved one in a gun incident. But
like this Hillary speech, she's like, oh, I feel a heartfelt sorrow for. No, you don't. You don't know them. You don't even know them. People die. What about the 8 people that probably died in Chicago that night? You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, this was one incident, and or any major city that has a crime.
Yeah.
About that officer in Memphis that was shot while making a police stop.
Didn't hear about that one.
You didn't? Oh, that a cop in Memphis was making a traffic stop, walked up. There was some dope on the back seat. The passenger pulled a gun, blasted him.
Man.
The driver just, dude, I don't know, stopped right there, call
smart move.
Yeah, good, smart move. And the shooter turned himself in later and said, I'm not a killer. Dude, you just killed that cop. Yes, you are one.
Yeah.
I think once he realized that nobody was behind him, everybody's like, dude, you need to go turn yourself in right now.
Yeah. Crazy people are going to do crazy things.
And they're out there, and we need to accept that. Yeah. And we need to get rid of the stigma of we've already talked about this. Again, getting rid of the stigma on mental illness. I mean, there is no shame. There is no shame in coming forward if you have an issue and going to get the help that you need. There is absolutely no shame at all.
Yeah, it's almost like they set this up, set you up to fail, because if you go and get treated for mental illness, then you can't own a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, okay. Well, let's make sure that people don't ever get treated. Yeah.
Exactly. And then they stigmatize you. They make you an outcast, which is complete BS. Real courage is saying, look, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take affirmative, positive steps to resolve this issue.
Yeah.
That takes real courage.
They need to have maybe a way to do it would be to have like a completely different name for it. Because when you think of mental health, you think you go one of two ways. Like psychiatrist, perfectly normal, not really a stigma attached to that, or like mental hospital, shock treatment. You know what I mean?
Lobotomy,
Yeah, people look at like, either one. Maybe it needs to be something that's more in between. Maybe there's someone, at the Walgreens clinic that is trained, and you can just go and, hey, I'm having this issue. Like,
again, mental health services should be available to anyone that needs them, which they are.
Yeah.
But you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Right. That's the thing too.
Yes, it's out there, but you have to be willing to go for it and get the help that you need.
Yeah.
Again, real courage is doing that. Real bravery is doing that. Real maturity and responsibility is going out there and getting what you need.
Yeah, and also with this, universal background check is a thing we've heard a bunch of times. And when they say universal background check, what they mean is that they talk like the gun show loophole. What they're talking about is they want to do away with private sales, because they're saying, well, anybody can just sell a gun to anyone. There's no check. Well, anybody can sell a gun to anyone anyways.
Yeah.
Because do you think that if they enact a law for universal background checks, that the criminals are going to do it? Are they going to go through a gun shop? Of course not.
No,
You know?
no. Something else we've always talked about here is that only law-abiding citizens worry about gun laws. Mm-hmm. You know, the criminal element's going to say, if I can have a UMP-45, I'm going to have one.
Yeah.
You know, hey. And then if you don't have one, you're done.
Exactly.
You're done.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you, law-abiding citizen. Now, give me your watch.
Yeah. Everyone out there listening, remember that. It's an important quote. If you don't have a UMP-45, you are done. You are done.
That's right. So run out to your local gun store. Buy one now. Be the first kid on your block. UMP-45.
Otherwise, done.
That's right. Takes care of zombie apocalypses. Cat. No, don't say cats in the yard at night, because I know that we got a bunch of cat people out there. I know we do. I didn't mean that cat people.
Hey, cats are pretty cool.
Only stray cats. Okay.
Yeah, there's a smaller version of something that can kill you.
That's right.
You know something though? I hate when like the other day my cat was sitting on this leather couch and it was trying to punk me out because I was like, get off of there, and it didn't do anything. I was like, you realize this couch was made from the skin of a much larger animal than you, right?
That's right.
I don't think you made this couch.
Exactly. Just like a cat. Just like, okay, let me get off cats. Okay, all right. Okay. I might call a cat the Glock of the animal kingdom. Back off the cats.
Okay, so what's the 1911 of the animal kingdom?
That's good. I'll come up with a line on that. So no, all cat people, no problem. Well, you're a law-abiding cat person, and we have no problem with you. I got this joke. I'm not gonna tell it because I know you'll get all kinds of comments on that. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I got this great line.
Okay. Just tell me after the show.
Yeah, no problem. Since we're off the air,
yeah. Oh man. Oh, speaking of comments, I'll tell you what kills me is like me and Dad. You know, when we did all the Uzi stuff, we knew as soon as we got an Uzi that we're gonna hear all the Israel is like such a hot issue where people hate it, they love it, they don't care. That it's like Jesus. It just gets so crazy.
Cool place, dude. Been there, great place.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's been some weird things with them and stuff like that, but I don't know. I mean, you can't get who really knows what's going on with situations like that. Who really knows the true backstory of the forming of the Israeli state and all this kind of stuff. So I try to
stick with the official version, and hey, but great trip. Go there. Great trip.
It does seem like it'd be a cool place to visit.
People cool. Hey, dude, I did a mission years ago. Went up to the Golan Heights, a place called Tiberias. Dude, excellent. And they all joined the army there, males and females. Well, I think males have to do 3 years, females too. Excellent.
That's sexist.
I remember this one female Israeli soldier. She toughest woman I ever met. She had this steely-eyed look in her face. I'm like, that she could have been like 5'2", 130 pounds. Dude, I'm like, okay, all right, okay, don't hurt. Tough, rock hard. She was rock hard.
Wow.
So I give it up to him. Much respect.
Well, isn't there Israelis that have those things, those door knockers where they like warn you that your house is about to get it blown up?
No, you got me on that one.
I thought you were telling me about that, where it's like they drop a bomb on the roof and it like is a small explosion. And then you got like a certain amount of time to get out of the house, and then like a missile is coming. Somebody was telling me about that. I can't remember. I don't know.
I was sitting at this outdoor cafe and some this was a while back, of course. Somebody fired a rocket over from Jordan into Israel. Yeah. And it was like nobody even looked up. It's like, oh, no rocket. Okay.
Jeez.
Okay, all right. It
happens.
All right. It happens every day. All right.
Yeah.
So again, you're at the beach, laying there, guys laying there selling himself, machine gun. Right next to him. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, I do wish that we could. I mean, I don't want to live in a country that's constantly,
under threat of attack.
Yeah, and where it has to be so militarized like that. Like that's no way to. I mean, it works for them, but I don't want to see America like that. But I would love to live in a world to where people don't freak out so much about guns.
It's the environment. They're always under threat of attack, so they always have to be ready.
Yeah.
In fact, we should do a Big John show, Jerusalem.
That's right. Yeah.
The Mount of Olives.
Yeah. Oh man, just even thinking about the comments, I'm terrified.
Oh, come on.
Man,
great show. Come on,
I wouldn't mind going down there. Cool. People hate Israel though.
What they do?
Oh man,
I loved them
on the internet at least.
Okay, I know everybody loved them.
I mean, I don't know enough about it to have a strong opinion one way or the other. That's kind of where I stand. You know what I mean? Like I can be pretty skeptical about different things. I wouldn't consider myself necessarily a legit conspiracy theorist. You know? I kind of fly all over the place when it comes to that. I'm more a conspiracy theorist about some things than I am other things. But as I've gotten older, I've also tried to just know when I just don't know.
Strictly from a vacation basis.
Yeah.
Great trip. Go there.
Yeah.
Great trip. Dude.
Yeah. It'd be cool. I've never actually I guess I've never been out of the country. I've seen Mexico before, but that's it. That's as far as I go.
Great trip. Spend a couple of days over there. It's a great trip, I'm telling you. We'll go strictly for vacation.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Go over there and tour the IWI. Where they make the divorce and stuff. Cool.
Great gun.
Yeah, they're interesting. They're I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that the Israeli army supposedly could get M16s for like almost nothing, either free or almost nothing, or someone was going to give them to them. But they like the divorce so much that they're willing to pay for it.
They're that Gail, that other before the Tabor.
I think it's Galil. I think is how it's pronounced. Maybe
it's a modified AK.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they saw that AK again. AK better sights. I don't know what else they did to it, but it's basically probably
a little more solid as far as
the manufacturing.
Yeah.
It improved AK. I mean, because again, AK great weapon. They saw it and they modified it.
Yeah,
great gun.
We're supposed to be getting one of those soon to do videos with.
Oh, okay, dude.
They're pretty neat. I remember I should have bought one when I had the chance because they're pretty expensive now, but. But they were available there for a little while. I know the most distinguishing feature is that little like turned up bolt on the side where it's kind of like bent like a hook. It's cool stuff, man. A lot of cool guns out there.
Oh yeah.
What was I gonna say? There was something else. Oh yeah, I meant to get into this last time you were here. This I don't know if anyone listening has seen this video, the Ted Cruz thing where he did the bacon on the.
Okay.
Like, I'm glad that politicians feel like it's necessary to pander to gun people. That's a good thing. Mm-hmm. But be realistic. You know what I mean? Like, that was just, to me, I don't know. Some people might get mad at me for saying this, but I thought that was just really tacky and just retarded.
PR stunt?
Yeah. And like, first of all, you can't, I mean, you can technically, you can do a lot of things, but you should never eat bacon off of the barrel of a gun. You know what I mean? Like, that's ridiculous.
Oh, his hot plate was broken. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Like, that's all the oil and the carbon and just the junk that's going to be on it. I mean, it'd probably be fine, I guess, but this is not a good idea. And also, like, only diehard gun people are going to look at that and be like, yeah, that's awesome. So anyone who's even on the fence about guns, they're going to look at that and be like, I was kind of thinking maybe this gun thing is actually not a big deal, but these people are crazy,
That was a nice AR, though.
Yeah, it was.
Nice. That's top of the line. Hey.
Yeah.
But you're going to put bacon on it? Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Ted. Hey, we'll take it. Hey, E for effort.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I don't know. It just seemed like a little much to me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who he was aiming at, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just. Politicians do some really corny stuff, and like, that's one reason. Like, I don't mean to get too political and stuff, but I like Rand Paul. I mean, he's one of the first politicians in a long time where I've kind of felt like I kind of liked him because he seems more real.
Yeah, down to earth kind of person.
Yeah, and not pretending to be like like when he talks to you or he talks on the camera, like you feel like he talks like a regular person. Mm-hmm. He's not like, I am Senator Bill Jones and I approve. He's not like, you know what I mean? He doesn't like take on this like character of I am a politician, Okay, wait. I got this back up. I got to do a rebuttal comment.
What's it? Ted Cruz's Bacon AR was a little bit tacky, but much better than Dick Cheney shooting the dude in the face. How do you get away with that? You shot guys. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought you were a quail, a 6 foot tall, gray haired quail.
Oh man,
that's right.
Because he's Dick Cheney.
That's right. I'm Dick Cheney. Yeah, How do you get away with that?
I know.
Hey, come on! I thought you were a quail. Hey, come on. Yeah. I know you were wearing a big orange vest, but hey, come on.
Maybe the guy was wearing one of those flappy ear hats, and it looked like wings or something.
So Ted Cruz, go ahead. You're not doing the Dick Cheney, then we're fine with you.
Or maybe the guy had like a ringtone on his phone that sounded like a quail.
I will make that comparison. Thank you. So it could be worse than bacon on an AR barrel. It could be worse.
Dick Cheney seems like a mean dude. Whenever he talks, he grits his teeth. He's like,
that Emperor, Star Wars Emperor Palpatine. The new Galactic Empire. His claws sticking out from his cloak.
We're gonna spy on you to catch the terrorists.
So
we're not gonna use any of your information other than just to catch the terrorists. We promise.
Patriot Act. If you want to catch me talking about the specials at Waffle House, go ahead.
Yeah, that's why sometimes it feels like when it comes to elections, do you really even have a choice? You know what I mean? Because it's like they get you. Whatever candidate gets in, Democrat, Republican, like they get you one way or the other. And even like Reagan, he's considered the white knight by
the Republican holy man.
Yeah, exactly. But he did one of the worst things for guns. That whole NFA Act thing of '86 or whatever.
Well, a lot of at the time, a lot of military guys thought, Reagan pro-military. No, he was pro-military industry.
Yeah,
not necessarily pro-personnel.
Yeah.
So, but
that's right. You were in on.
That's right. Yeah, I remember back in the '80s. By God. Yeah. Again, the big thing about Reagan, he was. People feel like he was pro-military. Again, no, he was pro-military industry. Again, contractors, military industry, which ain't necessarily pro-personnel.
Right.
So. It was a different world.
Also, people should keep in mind he was an actor.
But good one. Hey, old Ron. The Gipper.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, at least Schwarzenegger is not as a bad actor. So.
I gotta try to find out how did California do when the governor was running the show.
It seems like I've heard he actually did pretty well, but I don't know 100%.
I don't know. They got what's his name up in Minnesota? What's his name?
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura, brother.
I know.
Hey,
I can't decide whether he's like the biggest phony ever or the real deal. I don't know.
Like he always talks to that gravelly voice.
Yeah,
brother.
Yeah. I'll tell you, he's great in movies though.
Oh yeah, a Predator.
Oh man, I ain't got time to bleed.
He's dug in deeper than an Alabama tick. That's pretty deep, dude. Yeah. I've been to Alabama.
And then the other guy, like the skinny, like demolition guy, he's like, got time to duck.
So I love that gun. Oh, speaking of movie guns, which we got to do a show on that movie guns. That minigun that Ventura carried in Predator. Is it out there? Yes. I believe it's a 223 minigun. You can actually hold it handheld, but what they don't show you, I love they showed he had like just a little backpack with ammunition.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be depleted pretty fast.
Pretty quick when you're firing 66 rounds a second. That's gonna go pretty fast.
Yeah.
Plus, it takes a what's that battery? It's like a 28 volt battery. Like a diehard to drive one of those things.
Oh.
Because you got the minigun, then you got the feeder that attached to it, then you got the power source that turns the feeder and the minigun. That's like a 28 volt battery.
Does it? It seems like though that they would have those configured in a way where like does the firing of the thing assist in the movement of it at all?
No, it's not gravity. No, the battery.
It's strictly the battery.
Yeah, the battery turns the feeder, or the battery or the power source turns the feeder.
Yeah,
which is attached to the gun, and the feeder turns the gun.
It seems like they could have designed it to where it didn't need a battery, like where it would just be still, and then once you fire the first shot, it starts rolling. It starts
Good question.
functioning.
I'm trying to think how they would do it, but good question.
You think if you had like some kind of, I don't know, I'm not an engineer, but if you had some kind of block in there or something to where it was like hooked up on a link system to where as that round fired, it like moved it and it caused like a revolver or something where it kind of
they use the back blast, the gases from the like an M16 or M4.
Yeah.
The gases from the round push the bolt back.
Yeah, maybe they tried that, but it just wouldn't fire as fast or something.
It's basically an 18. Okay, a minigun is basically a power. It's a power-driven Gatling gun from the 1800s. The problem they had with the Gatling gun, it was gravity feed.
Yeah,
and you had to sit there and crank. And if you got off a little bit, then jamming was a big problem with the Gatling gun. Jamming.
Didn't you have to have on the old ones? You'd have a guy where you'd have to like push down the round.
And then feed around. Even though it was supposed to be gravity feed, in practical applications, somebody had to stand there and push the rounds down.
Yeah.
Make sure that they didn't get jammed up in the magazine.
Yeah.
So if everything worked the way it was supposed to, great gun.
Yeah.
But if it started jamming, you start cranking too fast. Oh my God! As you go get excited as people are shooting at you.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, but minigun. I'm trying to remember. The power source will turn the feeder, and the feeder, you feed the belted ammunition down into the feeder, and once you apply power, the feeder will pull the ammunition out of the can through the feeder into the gun, and it turns the barrels of the gun. Yeah, it pulls the ammo out of the magazine, and also turns the barrel on the gun.
Okay.
On the gun. So the feeder's actually pulling ammunition out of the magazine and turning the barrels.
Okay.
So yeah. So it has 2 rates of fire, 4,000 and 6,000 rounds a minute. So that's a bunch of ammo.
Yeah.
Now, when I first saw this movie back in '87, Sonny, back in '87, when I saw it, I thought BS. It's some Hollywood BS. No, there's one, but usually things are mounted. They have to be.
Yeah.
But could you maybe fire it from from holding it? I guess.
I'm thinking I've seen YouTube videos of people doing it before, but carrying it through the jungles of Cambodia.
That's right. With the ammunition and the power source. Okay, sure. But when that black dude picked up, started firing and mowed down that jungle, that was awesome.
It was.
And missed him somehow. I'm firing.
It wounded him. Remember?
It wounded him, yeah.
With his like glow in the dark blood.
Fluorescent green blood.
Which clearly was like a glow stick.
Okay, my big question, dude, you're firing 6,000 rounds a minute. How do you miss anything?
Yeah.
But it's a movie. It's a movie.
Another thing, too, is from trying to shoot down trees and stuff. Like, they literally shot down a ton of trees.
Yeah, they mowed everything in front of them. Yeah.
That probably wouldn't have, it takes a lot of rounds to take down a tree.
Yeah.
Still, that was an amazing scene, though. I love that. And it's still, like, spinning.
He's grinding gears. Hey, he's sitting there grinding, he's yelling at yelling out into the woods, yelling, "You, ML." I'm what, 23 there. I'm going, go get him.
Yeah.
So, great scene.
He's the guy, he's always, like, shaving. With the K-bar, shaving his back. Yeah, and he kills that hog.
Okay, all right, dude. Okay, take his Xanax. It's cool.
Yeah,
dude, relax, man. Jesus.
Yeah. So. That first Predator was a great movie. That's one of the most classic action movies. It had everything.
Schwarzenegger, get to the chopper. The chopper. What?
Yeah.
What was that, Arnold? You know America How Long?
Yeah.
You know what? I think around the house he talks normally. He's like, okay,
probably.
Darling, just go ahead and get that. Oh, somebody's coming. Oh, y'all. I guarantee you that's what he does. You've been in America 40 years, dude. Come on, Arnold. Come on, just go ahead and lose the accent.
Yeah.
But we expect it when we see him.
That's right.
We expect it. Yes, you want to do it. You know that. Yeah. We expect it.
Yeah.
If he talked normally, we go, it ain't him.
Yeah.
So.
Have you seen, was it Hans and Franz? Those characters that was,
Dana Carvey and the other guy from Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. They're good.
The Saturday Night Live show where Hans and Franz, we're going to pump you up.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger was on there.
Yeah, I think I've seen that episode. Yeah,
And he's like, man, look at your muscles. Maybe one day I can be like you. He says, oh, you girly man, you never be like. Great. So, made a career off an accent.
Yeah,
made a career. But okay, I give it up to the Terminator. He was great in the movie The Terminator. He was great. Arnold was great. Nobody else could have been him.
Yeah, those first two, man, those are great.
Arnold was great. Hey.
Yeah.
But now Arnold, hey, you know what? You should give it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the last one they made. It's the same.
Is it good? I haven't seen it yet. Is it?
And apparently nobody else has either. So, because there's a lot of warmed over stuff. It's what you expect. Okay.
They don't like. Here's what kills me about movies nowadays is, okay, they're finally starting to get the whole like we're using too much CGI thing.
Yeah.
They're getting that, like with the Mad Max movie, stuff like that. They get that part, but to me, the biggest problem with modern action movies is too much action, honestly, because the thing that makes action like really cool in a movie is the fact that there's like a build up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're invested in it.
Yeah, you're sitting there, and there's a build up to it, like you said. It isn't just gratuitous.
Yeah.
Okay, Agent 47, the new Hitman movie.
Oh yeah, it's one of those.
It's all right. I personally go see it. I'm not going to. Hey, people out there, go see that movie, but make your own judgment. But it was okay. Yeah, it was what you expected. I think the first one was better. Personally, the first one was better. And I want to say that Hitman uses 1911s.
Yeah, he does.
Thank you very much. with 7-round clips. He doesn't have the extended clips either, but he don't miss either.
Yeah.
So I guess he can do that. Hey.
Yeah.
So
have you seen the new Mad Max?
Yeah. He carried a Glock, of course. I've seen that.
Oh yeah, that's right. We sort of talked about it. I hadn't seen it before when we talked about it, but it was. I don't know. I mean, it was. It left a lot to be desired for me. Like there's no story whatsoever.
It was entertainment. It's just a lot of some action scene. It was.
Yeah.
Well, the first Mad Max with Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take that back. The Mad Max is I think the one that not everybody saw, but the Road Warrior, which is the part 2, is the one everybody knows.
Yeah, that's the one where he's got that shotgun and stuff.
And the dog and the Australian sheepdog riding the car.
Boomerang.
Oh my God. So, but it was it's entertainment. I mean, if you go all the way back to the first movie, Mad Max, then you got the background, the backstory. Yeah. Okay, I understand what happened. But if you're just coming into it, you're like, why are they doing this?
Yeah.
What's with this guy and this dog?
And the car was such a tease.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh man, that's all. And then it's just like it's in the very beginning of the movie, and that's it.
That's right.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Where'd you get the gas for this thing? That thing must suck fuel. I mean, dude. Which is what Mad Max, which is what the Road Warrior did. He just kind of drove around looking for gas.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what he did. Hey.
Yeah, it's pastime.
That's right.
I tell you ever watched the? We talked about this before. The Honest Trailers, that YouTube channel.
No.
You haven't seen those?
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they really did what they should do.
Yeah, where they like make fun of some movies and stuff. It's funny because when you watch, they make fun of every movie that they do, but certain movies that you watch, you can tell the ones that they actually liked. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Interstellar, for example. Like they pointed out like a few like points in, but you could tell that they thought it was a good movie. Mm-hmm. But Mad Max, they hit that nail on the head. they said Tom Hardy in the movie.
Hardly in the movie. Okay, good.
I was like, that's so true. And then they made this point about like, apparently everyone is, gas is like in short supply and all this stuff, but they're driving these like unnecessary huge gas guzzler
exactly
vehicles,
8 and 12-cylinder engine, with a turbo intake. Okay, of course. That's the vehicle you want to have in the apocalypse when there ain't that much gas around.
Yeah, exactly. It gets the gas mileage of a tank.
That's right. Which we got to do that gun thing, the gun version of that.
Which one?
We got to do a gun version of that.
Oh yeah.
Myth busting on weapons, which I'll point out that Rambo. Which one was it when he went to Vietnam?
The second one, I think.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Well,
that's 4, I think. Yeah.
He went to, I actually counted the shots off his rocket launcher. The 7-shot pod actually shot 28 shots. I don't know how they do that. I wish I had that. We should have that here now. Yeah. So, but hey.
They probably reloaded it. You just didn't see.
Yeah, in the air,
Yeah.
in flight. Yeah. That's right. Of course.
Yeah.
So,
I bet where you know a lot about helicopters, you probably notice a lot of stuff most people don't even
yeah, I was
know.
like, okay, like they fly out from the wrong side, but
yeah.
I noticed that. Also, like you know, like I think I didn't actually see this movie, the one with the Rock in it about the tidal wave hitting San Francisco or LA. No, it was LA, some kind of disaster.
The
in LA.
recent one?
Yeah, the recent one.
Yeah, San Andreas. I think,
Okay.
or something.
Now I see The Rock. He's of course the coolest job in the world. You know, a paramedic on a LA Fire Department helicopter, and he's also a pilot too. Coolest job in the world, of course. Okay, but I didn't see the movie, so I don't know. But was he the only one flying it? I don't know, because you only see him in the pilot seat.
Yeah, in the trailer it looked like
Yeah,
it,
just him. So did he like put it in automatic pilot so he could hover and then go out and do something and then hoist himself back up and fly?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Again, I haven't seen the movie, so before all the comments come in, I have not seen it. I don't know. But that's what it looked like from the trailers. Like he's this one-man air rescue thing. And of course, he got the hot wife and gets into trouble. So he flies in there, puts his automatic hover on, goes down there, saves the day, flies off into the sunset. Of course. Happens every day.
Yep.
Happens every day.
Yep. I need to buy some property along that fault line.
That's right.
It'd be beachfront property.
Lex Luthor from the original Superman. He wanted to set off some nukes in the San Andreas Fault so that half of California would fall off, and then he would have oceanfront property. That's the 1979 Superman for all you trivia guys out there.
Yeah.
Because I know you're going to get comments on that. No. So
I like the old Supermans. They're pretty
with
good.
with Christopher Reed and the Spit Curl and very straightforward. You know, I'm good, they're not.
Yep.
Let's go. Hey.
What was the one where he like got lazy and didn't want to help people or something? What was that? You know what I'm talking about?
That's the middle-aged Superman with a gut. He's balding. Oh man, I'm tired. Tell him I'm busy.
When are these people gonna learn to just take care of themselves? You know.
It was I believe it was the second one with Christopher Reeves where Zod and his two stooges came down from space and took over the White House.
Yeah.
And okay, they have all the powers. I love when they took over the White House. These guys are firing these old 357s at them. Dude, they're Supermen.
Yeah. One shot, you'd figure that out.
Okay, I just hit this guy from 3 feet with a 357 point. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm leaving now. But Clark Kent gave up all his powers for Lois Lane. Nah, dude. See, that's a movie.
Yeah.
Real life, hey, baby, I'm Superman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, I ain't giving up nothing.
Yeah.
I can fly. I'm impervious. I can fly. Well, I'm gonna get that up to be just Joe with you. No.
Yeah, they put that in there for the women, the female demographic. You know, they're like, look, he was willing to give it all up for her.
Every guy in the theater is going, no way.
Yeah.
No way. In fact, who are you anyway, lady?
Yeah.
I'm
really.
Superman.
Yeah. like Superman would have had a hard time getting a date.
That's right.
Yeah, chicks just aren't into the whole indestructible thing, you know.
You can fly. Come on, you got heat vision. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just stay in the bottom. Just don't do it for me. No.
We've seen all that before, you know. They're afraid he might be abusive or something.
Which we put this out at work too. You know, this is 1979 version. This ain't got nothing to do with guns, does it? But anyway, only in a movie. Ma and Pa Kent are driving through Kansas, broad daylight. Meteor comes down out of the sky, hits in the field.
Yeah.
And they just stop and get out and walk up to it. Of course. That's what I would do. What about you?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And see this human-looking child get out with no clothes on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just take him in and we'll raise him.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh, by the way, he's got superhuman strength. Of course, we're not going to tell anybody. Of course.
There's something I feel like they left out of the movie. See, like, his parents, you know, his Earth parents, they should have had like broken fingers, and you know, because you know how babies they'll like grab your hand,
That's right.
you know, and stuff. They'll grab your fingers and stuff.
Who's going to discipline this kid?
Yeah, how would the baby know that he was that strong?
That's right.
Like their hands would have been all jacked up.
Oh, they could not. He could. He could have not. There's no way Superman could have been a human teenager because you give me superpower, you can outwit all over him. But no, he wants to hide his power because Dad told him to.
Oh, you won't let me go out now? Okay, I'm gonna have to pick the house up and move it somewhere else.
Exactly. He had to be from another planet. He had to be.
Yeah. And if he's really that powerful, why does he need to hide it? What's the government going to do?
What are they going to do to me? What are they going to do to me? I'm Superman. What are you going to do? Hey, but but they addressed that in this latest remake. Russell Crowe, who plays Jor-El, his father.
Yeah.
The mother says they'll kill him, and he says, "How? How are they going to kill him?"
Yeah.
Well, exactly. So it.
Wait a minute. Which latest remake are you talking
about? That was like last year. Year before last.
What's the one? Kevin Costner was his dad in the one.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
it was Man of Steel. Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Again, the father, we're going to send him to Earth. And the guy's mother, Jor-El's wife, is like, why are you going to send him to Earth? It's a primitive planet. They'll kill him. And he's like, how? How are they going to kill him?
You're talking about his... Yeah, okay, now I got it.
Krypton.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about his Earth dad. Okay.
Of course, he had the perfect Earth parents.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
No, now, son, we must... Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what would really happen. He'd have a reality show.
Oh, yeah.
Or a contract doing government work.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
And
where was Superman when that oil spill happened?
That's right. Thank you very
BP
much.
Oil spill.
And they're always almost guessing who he is.
Yeah.
Apparently, the pair of glasses make all the difference.
Yeah.
But I like how they hit on the fact in Man of Steel that he's 6'2", 220, dark hair. Clark is never around when Superman is.
Yeah.
Nah, it couldn't be him.
Yeah.
They're always almost getting it.
Yeah. The thing that doesn't sell it either is he's like one of these pretty boy types and he's like a dork at the same time.
Of course.
Really?
Right, yeah. All right, really.
Okay.
I want to see a regular guy be Superman. I want to see a guy like me. 40 plus. Yeah. What's happening? You know what? It's been a long day. You know.
It's like the old series Superman.
That's right. The middle-aged guy.
Yeah.
With the suit, barrel chest. Okay, Clark, whatever. Lois Lane is all, this hot Spitfire girl, mid-1950s, and Jimmy Olsen's the guy with the bow tie, eager beaver. Okay. Okay, no minorities anywhere. I won't. Yes, I said it.
Where's Black Superman?
Oh my God! No minorities anywhere.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out. It's the 50s, though. It's the 50s. I mean, come on, it's the 50s. Come on. Hey.
All right, I guess we'll close on Superman.
Dude, okay, I guess we can't top that.
We can't follow Superman. All right, man. Well, we'll do it again, and I'm sure we'll talk to him again before this. But we're gonna be at Knob Creek. You'll be there on Sunday.
That's right.
And I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. So, and we did some videos out the compound, so people will check those out eventually when I get them up there. So, see Derrick shooting an Uzi, showing how it's done.
Yeah, the one I got, my personal one. Yeah,
that's right.
My personal one. I always carry it with me under my coat. Yeah,
that's right. All right, we'll talk to you later.
See you.